Hi, everybody. This is Kevin Belanger. I'm a trail planner here at Rails to Trails Conservancy, sitting alongside my colleague Derek Strout, who is our GIS specialist. And we're going to talk about the Great American Rail Trail and how you can access our online interactive map to learn more about the trail, see how you can go out and use it today. So the Great American Rail Trail is a cross-country trail from between Washington, D.C. and Washington State. It's going to be over 3,700 miles when complete. It's going to be entirely off-street, so you could walk or bike or skateboard or do whatever you want on a trail all the way across the country or just in your backyard. The trail is already 52% complete, and we have been working hard with our partners all across the country to determine the other 48% of the trail that could exist one day. So right now we're on our website, railstotrails.org/Great American Rail Trail. Derek is scrolling through our website. You see some of our facts there, a nice message from our president, Ryan. If you continue to scroll down, you notice two things in the middle here. On the bottom, you can download this cool green map and shows you more about the trail as a rendering. But if you click on Explore Interactive Map, that takes you to our ArcGIS platform. And this is how you can see the trails that you want to go on right now or see how you can plan a trip today. Derek is going to tell you more about how to use the ArcGIS online software.
All right, thank you, Kevin. So the first thing you'll notice is this information screen that pops up and gives you a little information about the trail itself, the project, and then we can take a look at the certain types of trails that you'll find along the way currently today. So we have a legend here that's got a couple different types of existing trails and a couple different types of trail gaps that you'll see once we're in the map. And I'll let Kevin just describe briefly the difference between the solid green lines for the trails and then the gateway trails.
Yeah, thanks. There's not a whole lot of difference that you'll notice on the ground between trails and what we call gateway trails. The gateway trails were just 12 iconic trails that we wanted to announce early on in this project. We put that out there with the permission of each of these trails in January of 2019 as kind of an idea of what the Great American Rail Trail could look like, the experience you're going to have. These are the types of trails that you should expect there. So we just wanted to highlight them a little more and give them some extra love on our website.
Awesome. Thanks, Kevin. So we also have two types of trail gaps, and you'll also notice one of those is what we call unplanned segments. So these boxes are more general areas, but at one point in time, these will be finished trails, and they'll be part of the route itself. Next to this, we have some information that we'll talk about in a second, just briefly touching on what each of the buttons in the upper right-hand corner of the screen will do. So we'll take a look at those in just a minute. Let's go. So I'm going to start in the upper left-hand corner, and I'll talk about what we can find up there. So you'll see a plus and minus sign. These are two navigation buttons, pretty simple, zoom in and zoom out. If you have a mouse wheel, you can also use that as well. The button below that is the default extent button. So if you are zoomed in on a trail and you'd like to see the national view again, you can just hit that home button and it'll take you to the national view. Below that, we have a My Location button. So if you're on a mobile device, smartphone, tablet, you can click this My Location button and the map will center on your current location. Just up to the right of that, we have a search bar here. We can search for cities and towns or a specific trail along the Great American Rail Trail route. So let's search for Muncie, Indiana. See that in the list there, and we'll zoom right in. And there's even a trail that goes through there. So we can search by city. We can also search by trail. So let's look for the Cardinal Greenway. You'll see that pop up in the list there, and that'll zoom to the extent of the trail. So we'll get into this trail a little more in just a second. I'll keep working my way across the screen here in the upper right-hand corner. We have an information button here. And this basically will show you what you saw at the beginning of the web map experience. So again, just a handy reference guide for the project itself, as well as the different statuses of the trails. Next to this, we have the Project Materials button. So this will show you three of the core materials that we've created for this project, just to give you really in-depth look at what the Great American Rail Trail can be and will be. So each one of these links will open up a new tab in your browser, so it doesn't take you away from the web map experience. From there, you can either save or download or print each of these PDFs. So that third button on the right here is a state bookmarks button here. So this will give you a list of all the states along the Great American Rail Trail. So this is just a handy navigation tool that allows you to click and zoom to the extent of a specific state. So say we're in Washington State and we'd like to see the District of Columbia, we can quickly click that in the bookmarks and we can zoom all the way over to Washington, D.C. You can also obviously click and pan and zoom in the map, but this is just a quicker way to do that. And to the right of that, we've got the legend. So again, this will just remind you what the trail statuses are that you're seeing in the map itself. You can always get to that here in the upper right-hand corner. So let's go back to the Cardinal Greenway, and we'll just dig a little deeper and see what we can find out about each trail. So if you click the trail, you'll get this trail information pop-up window on the right-hand side. You'll get a little information on the trail itself. This one in particular is exciting because it was last year's inductee into the Rail Trail Hall of Fame. You can see the mileage of this trail along the Great American Rail Trail. The trail may be longer than this, but this length you see here is just the segments that fall along the Great American Rail Trail route. We can see it's in Indiana, and we can see the counties it passes through. So that's a nice overview, but there's obviously a lot more to learn from this trail, especially if you want to go experience it. So we have this Learn More button here. If you click this, this will bring you to TrailLink, which is Rails to Trails Conservancy's Trail Finder website. So this will open in a new tab, and here we can find much more information on the trail itself. So if we scroll down here, you can see many more facts. We can see detailed endpoints. We can see all the trail activities that are allowed on the trail. We can see a great photo gallery submitted by our great users and our members. And here we get a much more detailed description of the trail. So these descriptions are curated by our staff members and our colleagues, and they really take you from one end of each trail segment to the other. Really gives you an idea of what you would experience if you're out on the trail. Being such a great trail, this has a long description. So we also see parking and trail access. So we really go out of our way to make sure that we are giving you the most detailed information on where you can park and what you can expect to see when you get there in terms of amenities. Further down, we can see reviews submitted by trail users. If there are any events on or along the trail, you can see those here. You also see nearby trails, so these will take you to other TrailLink pages as well for those trails. So let's go up and we'll just look at a TrailLink map. So this is going to be different than the Great American Rail Trail interactive map, but it gives you much more information on each specific trail. And just remember that the Great American Rail Trail map is just one tab to the left. So here we can see the trail, we can see all the amenity waypoints, and again, these are meticulously curated by our staff, myself included. We want to make sure that we're giving you the most up-to-date, accurate information so that when you go to these trails, you know what you're going to get. So you can see parking waypoints, you can see restrooms, drinking fountains. And one of the great aspects of this platform is that we can actually get directions. So say we want to park at the end of this trail, we're in Richmond, Indiana, but say we live in Richmond, Illinois. It's traveling a little ways, but the Great American Rail Trail is great, so maybe we want to come a few states over. So just hitting enter, that'll give you driving directions turn by turn, and up here you can also view and print these right in Google if you'd like. And so TrailLink gives you a much more detailed experience about the trail. And I'm just going to go back to the Great American Rail Trail web map now. So just one tab over. And then I'll zoom back out to the national view. And so you can sort of see where we're headed. It's a really exciting project, and hope you enjoyed learning about the interactive web map. And we hope you have fun exploring, and hope to see you on the trail. Thanks for watching.